There we go. So Prob, I saw a note from you. Prob, I cannot hear you. Can you not hear any of us? He may be having a problem on his local end. So I'll message him, but please go ahead, Shankar. I do want to also mention that there were two people, actually maybe three people that RT invited to speak. We did send the link to both of the two main speakers. And then Maha sounded like she wanted to speak as well, but I don't see any of them here yet. So hopefully they hook in. So please go ahead.
Thank you, Doug, and welcome all of you today on the call. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. And this is our monthly meeting. The Global Chamber India members and the India executive directors usually get together to appraise on the past month, the opportunities, and what are the current highlights. And along with that, we usually have a few speakers, and we have amazing speakers Aarti has introduced, and I hope to see you all just in the course of the meeting. Having said that, I'm the executive director for Global Chamber Ahmedabad and look after our global interests sitting from here and Gandhinagar and a few cities in Gujarat. And we have also Deva Priya, who's based out of NCR, what do you call as Gurgaon. And she's here today. And I think we can start off with her. And thank you, Doug, for the opportunity. Deva Priya, would you like to take on from where we left and start again and appraise what is happening? And again, we can also come back to the signature event that Aarti and you and I have talked about.
Right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from Global Chamber, Delhi NCR. I'm Devapriya Khanna. I'm the Executive Director of this region. Things that have been happening at our end. Essentially, we're really looking to bridge the gap between and leverage the opportunities between India and UK. And we've got some events and initiatives lined up for that. Next week, that's on the 24th and the 25th, I will be in London to conduct two events. Essentially, the first one is an investor summit. So, an event where we get together startups primarily in the health tech, femtech, and biosciences arena. We do have a heritage platform as well, where we're looking to connect them with investors. So we have invited pitches from some startups, and we've got a very good response. And we are going to do the Dragon Den style pitching, where we will have some selected startups pitching to a panel of investors, and this is going to be followed by networking and an social evening after that. So that's one initiative. It's an open event. We have a couple of partners, and really looking forward to the global connections that will emerge from this initiative. And the next day is a closed-door roundtable event organized at Grant Thornton, London office, and in partnership with them, where 12 leaders from different and really senior leaders from different parts of different verticals, different industries in the UK will come together to discuss a very pertinent topic about leveraging opportunities in the UK-India corridor. And basically what each person can bring from their own vertical. And this is really closed door and pretty high level, very high level, I would say. And we are looking at a thought leadership report emerging out of this event. So capturing what each. So I think Prabhakar is he needs to be put on mute. Shankar, it's got some ambient noise going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's Prab or Shankar in the background there. Shankar, do you have yelling in your background?
Muted. I am on mute.
Shankar, are you there?
Right.
Okay, there
So,
he's muted.
right.
Okay.
And other than that, there are some one-on-one meetings that one has worked out, essentially leveraging, talking about global opportunities, talking about global chamber and how we can sort of create an ecosystem within India and the UK. So that's essentially what we're focusing on in this month. And we have been in discussion regarding a signature event, Doug, which then Shankar will bring us back to in this discussion.
Okay, just take one step back to all the things you talked about in the UK. Is that something you can share like in an email, just so that, have you already contacted Katie Keith as well with Global Chamber London?
Not for this and not for these two initiatives, no.
Okay, is that something that you want to
I
have
I
Global
very
Chamber members know about, or what's the
Yeah,
situation?
absolutely, absolutely. I mean, this really would be an update, but um, going forwards, I would love to be able to co-create such events with Katie and her team, and make it a global chambers initiative entirely, bringing in all the members of London and Katie and Lena and everyone. Definitely.
But yeah, I don't think it's necessary to involve all the members, but I think some sort of a communication would be appropriate, because it sounds like the way you described it, that some members of Global Chamber would be interested. I don't think there is a mechanism now where we have the information from you. You've probably shared it on LinkedIn, and I think I've seen something about it. And so if this time, is it coming up soon? I missed the date.
It's on the 24th and the 25th, so it's next week.
Okay. Okay. So if you'd like to share, and you think that some folks in London would be interested, we can include it in next week's newsletter if it's not too late. And certainly, we can take a look on, promoting it or helping you to promote it on LinkedIn unless it's already set in all the seats are taken. But the way you described it sounded like it would be of interest to some members for sure.
Right. I'll circulate an email to Cesar and to you.
That would be great, and happy to get the London chapter. They just had their meetup I think last week. So that would have been a cool thing to communicate at that point for the members there. So those are some of the opportunities that we have to be able to share. The obvious one was last week's at the meetup. So next time, if you end up, because it looks like you do a lot of activities, or at least once a year in London, and they all sound really interesting. So I'm sure some members would love to learn more.
Right. Yes, Doug, I will. In fact, this was just more like an MVP, if you please. So we were just testing the waters, and it turned out to be quite a well accepted event.
Oh,
We will be having such initiatives once a quarter. In fact, not once a year, once a quarter, and that's where I look forward to joining hands with Katie and seeing what we can do together.
with KTN, what is that?
And seeing what we could do together, I said.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you say, is there a group called KTN, or were you saying Katie?
Katie, full stop, and see what we could do together is what I said.
I see. Got it. Okay, very good. That sounds great. In terms of the opportunities in Delhi and in India on the ground, what does the market look like right now? What are some of the key aspects from a business perspective, especially now post-election?
Right. So we're seeing a lot of interest in.
Oh, I think you might be on mute, or we lost you. Yep, you're on mute, Devapriya. Devapriya, are you there?
Sorry, I seem to have gone into mute mode for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
started, you said like a few words and then it disappeared. So, please go ahead.
right, right. So, um, some of the sectors in India that are really growing and there's a lot of focus. One I see is that there's a lot of focus on health tech and femtech. Health tech and femtech being a subset of it, and a lot of you know people are investors are keenly looking at such opportunities. And then I'm seeing that the BFSI, which is the fintech and the financial services, where India probably has the highest fintech adoption rate globally of 87%. That's also, an area which is attracting a fair amount of interest. So these are the two areas within my ecosystem that I've seen. When you look at uh, a Delhi-centric defense also is an area of focus. Um, and according to recent reports, India's defense exports have reached an all-time high of, I think, uh, 21,083 crores in this financial year, which is, the numbers are quite staggering. So these are some of the areas that will continue to attract a lot of attention. Um, and my primary focus keeps coming back to the Indian healthcare sector as one of the largest sectors, both in terms of revenue and employment. So I would like to spotlight some of these industries and areas that are making headlines and attracting investments and global attention.
Makes sense. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Doug.
Shankar, back to you.
Thank you, Devapriya. It sounds very exciting in multiple cities that you're working with, and keep us posted on the UK bit so that for the next time we'll be able to probably, introduce people from Gujarat, and looking forward to the happenings in Delhi. In the meantime, I see Prab here, and just wanted to say a quick hello to Prab because I know Prabhakara has been a member since the days at Phoenix, and then he moved on to Vishakhapatnam. And I know he's an expert on healthcare and hospital technologies. So, Prab, you might want to say hello and say a few words on what is happening and what you're working with these days. Prabhakara, over to you. Please unmute. Are you there?
There's something going on, we're automatically being put into mute mode and not realizing. So I don't know
Yeah,
what it is. It happened to me as well. Not sure what's going
yeah.
on.
Technology, sometimes this happens. So, are the speakers here today? They sounded very interesting. One is on cybersecurity and one is on digital marketing. And I just wanted to see if they are there, they can take over, and one by one we can listen to them. Is anybody here?
I don't think so. The two speakers, let's go back over. Let's see what RT mentioned. So Maha isn't here, so she offered, and so she's not here. And then more recently, RT mentioned about
Nikhil and
Nikhil. Yeah, Nikhil was on the
Mazumdar.
list, so he did not respond. I sent him an email a few minutes ago. And then there was a lady.
Yeah.
But I don't
She's
see.
Preeti Mazumdar.
Okay.
And
Preeti, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I don't know what to think, but I guess it's
some days are, it's the full moon.
Yeah, I think
it is what it is. But
it is what it is. I think I've found some, a very impressive lady who I might invite to the advisory board of Delhi. She specializes in so her family is into furniture business, and she's also taken this on herself. But she's also a trained design thinking expert. So I spoke to her, and she's very keen to do a session for Global Chamber on design thinking and how it helps businesses of all sizes to sort of structure themselves better. So maybe in the next meeting, if she's free, I'll invite her to get a feel of Global Chamber and speak here as well on design thinking.
So that would be only if she's a member. So those kinds of topics would only be from a member. But we sometimes invite non-members to talk about different market opportunities. But as far as sharing expertise, we don't typically ask non-members to speak because we don't know who they are. And so we don't want to have a non-member speak in the place of a member who can probably speak just as well on a topic. However, on economic development opportunities and things like what we've been talking about in terms of some of the business opportunities, that's okay. I did notice that Prab is unmuted. Prab, are you able to speak? I think he might be having trouble hearing us as well. Prab, are you there? Oh, he's back on mute again. So I think he's having a technical problem. So, okay. Well, Shankar, I think probably, this has been a bit of a disaster, but we did hear from Devapriya and we heard a little bit from you. Is there anything else that you would want to share? And, there's no harm in closing a little bit early.
Sure, Doug. In fact, going for all these meetups in Gandhinagar has opened up my eyes and ears. And like I mentioned, the last time, the semiconductor is taking good shape, and the semiconductor supply chain and the rest of it is being very much progressive. There's a place called Sanand here. 80% of India's semiconductor production will be there. And already Micron has begun its setting up of the factory. And that is where I wanted to connect with more organizations from US and see how I can navigate my way, having met the Secretary of Technology and Department of Science and Technology. And they very much looking forward to see what kind of value add we can bring as Global Chamber. So this is something I'm working on. The second, as I mentioned today, the renewable energy sector is again going to be the #1 in India, Gujarat. Of course, the Prime Minister is basically from Gujarat, having been the Chief Minister, and there are a lot of proactive work and compliances and all that set in a way that the government is very pro-business investments into renewable energy. Agri-tech is another area that Gujarat is looking at, and even space technologies. There's an organization called the Indian Space Research Organization, India's foremost, and robotics and artificial intelligence. So I met with some dignitaries, and I'm also going to send a certain profile of someone who is with a certain organization at top level, and he has agreed to see what can be done. So I probably will welcome him as a board chair, because I was always looking for the right board chair to kick off what I've been putting together here. So I'll send his profile. And what we discussed was a few committees which will help a lot in coordinating globally and locally to what the government is progressing towards, one being renewable energy. So this is where I am, and I'll keep everyone posted on what's happening. In the meantime, Aarti had called, and we had discussed with Devapriya, and I was kind of aligned to the whole concept. Aarti really wants to put together a signature event of Global Chamber in Goa, and she plans to see how the 5 chapters can come together maybe we all go there and then take a few members and try to create the visibility which she wants to do as Global Chamber in Goa. And it will also help the rest of us going forward. So I was hoping that Aarti would be here so she can elaborate, unless Devapriya wants to say anything on those lines. If you're here, Devapriya.
I'm here, Shankar.
Yeah.
Aarti and I,
So,
we've had a series of conversations on this event. We feel that for a while we've been looking at amplifying the awareness of Global Chamber in India, as a holistic Global Chamber India, where all of us can come together in one common platform and promote our respective chapters as well. To that effect, we've outlined an idea for a signature event to be held in Goa because Goa is a great destination. There is Aarti right on the bell. So
Hi.
hi, Aarti. I was just talking about
oh
the
my
signature
God,
Yes,
event,
Aarti,
Aarti.
welcome.
So
I
you're
I
right
was
in time
listening.
to sort of take it over from me. I've given a brief background on the why, on why we
Okay.
want to have this event, really focusing on the overall awareness of Global Chamber India as an entity, and it being a sum of the parts of the five of us, coming together. So
Yes.
over to you here onwards to sort of discuss the details.
Okay. So, hello, first and foremost to everyone. Doug, good, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Uh,
Hello.
Sorry, Shankar, I think between you and me, we both being, I am little bit under the weather, so I've been coordinating with both the guest speakers, and I think in that communication, we went back and forth, but now we are in place, and I think Nikhil and Preeti will be joining us.
Okay.
And so today's meet, they will be both our guest speakers. And coming back to the event concept, which we have been discussing, Doug, with Shankar and Devpriya, I have sort of bounced the ideation and the concept of the event, thinking that we should have a GC India signature event. And it's not only going to be because it's going to be held in India, we are calling it GC India event, but it should be a signature event where all our fraternity should come together and all the platform what we have here in India should come forth and all the chapters should come together to make it a cumulative effort, I would say, at this point of time. And as I discussed with Devpriya, I was going to share the concept draft with you too, just to review and give us your feedback so that we can proceed ahead. So that I will do now. Maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow, I will just fine tune it as per the feedback I have got from Shankar and Devpriya, and I'll share with you also. So yes, at this point of time, that's where we are. Uh, Planning to put things in action once we get a go ahead and once we all are in alignment of what we want to really put together.
Thank you, Aarti. Sounds good. And we'll have our meetings and keep Doug appraised on what we plan to do categorically
Yes.
classified, so that the rest of Andri and Manoj also can know what we are looking at. So they might have some inputs to give, and also decide, prima facie, we think it would be Goa, which is very good, the tourism hub of India. And at the same time, we can check with Devapriya and Manoj and see if Mumbai or Delhi works. All depends. Yeah.
Right.
It
Yes.
it sounds
That's
good. I would say, in terms of guidance, make sure that we have an ongoing mentality, meaning, we're less focused in on one big event, periodically and then kind of restarting everything. We're much more interested in regular conversations, ways of weaving the conversations into new involvement and fresh faces and new members and conversations about opportunities, and kind of making it a continuum rather than a big event, then like we recover and then we think about what we want to do next. That's not kind of what we want. What we do want, though, is is to help members, to support all of you to be more successful and support your businesses that you're also working on. And so that mentality and having that mentality, I think, is critical to the success overall.
Okay. We will sort of,
Yes,
you
thank
know,
you.
try to merge that thought process in what we are trying to do.
That sounds good. And then, you know, in terms of other resources that are available, we've got the group that we have in India, the team in India. We have members in India. We have members around the world that are interested in India, both directly and indirectly. So we stand ready to help. One of our most talented resources is Gunjan Bakala. Unfortunately, he doesn't typically wake up this early, or at least he's not available this early in the morning. This meeting started at 6:30 in the morning on a Monday morning in the US on the West Coast, and that's just too early for him. And so, you know, periodically thinking about whether the resources are in Europe, in other parts of Asia, in the Americas, you know, weaving that into the continuum of activities that you have, I think is going to be essential. So thank you, RT, for your leadership. Thank you for jumping in today, even though you're not feeling well.
Thank you, Doug. My pleasure. And I'm glad I see Ashutosh also here today. I just saw Ashutosh.
Yeah, I'm there, Aarti. I wanted to actually join at 7 p.m. itself, Indian time, but just got a little delayed. So unfortunately, I missed out on.
Glad that you managed to join. And once our presentations are done, I would really appreciate from your side also to talk about our upcoming opportunities. If you want to put forth anything, that will be great. From the
Sure.
Goa chapter, especially. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay. So Shankar, should we start with today's meet? You can.
Please go ahead, Arti. You might want to introduce the speaker yourself because you know them personally, or would you want to introduce Nikhil or Preeti?
I would request you to go ahead and introduce Nikhil. We can have his presentation first, and as I shared the introduction part with you. So please do the needful.
Okay, Nikhil, I welcome for the presentation. I see you're an expert on cybersecurity and digital forensic, and that's definitely a great opportunity to understand more. And the fact that you're a tech innovator, we are so honored to have you here. And I see that you are the co-founder and director of Skynet Softtech Private Limited, which is a cutting-edge cybersecurity tech startup. You're also a seasoned cybersecurity expert, digital forensic, and tech innovator. There's a lot going on with cybersecurity, having seen that data is at the center of it, and because of which there are so many threats on the leakage of data itself and how you maneuver that and what you do and how you go forward with your expertise so that for the people who understand and for the people who would like to understand all about cybersecurity, I leave the floor open to you to say what you have known and what you would like the audience to know for the next, say, 5 to 10 minutes. And then we can have questions. Thank you, Nikhil.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Thank you, Aarti, and everyone for inviting me here. Aarti has been in touch with me since a time now, and we have been discussing about the activities which you all do. She always speaks high about Global Chambers and other initiatives she is associated with. Talking about cybersecurity, which is our core topic, I'll just, can you make me co-host? I think I'm able to share the screen now. Yeah. So I'll just share my screen and I'll introduce myself and my organization. Just let me know if you're able to watch my screen.
Yes, yes, we can.
All right. So with the limited time, I'll cover quickly few points. And Cybersecured India, which is a non-profit initiative by Feather CSI Foundation. We are an initiative of more than 25,000 people globally, and almost in all the countries we have our members. Our aim is to reduce the number of cyber crimes, which are growing drastically, and to increase the detection ratio of the cybercrime. To achieve that, we create experts. We work with academics, corporates, and government agencies, specifically the law enforcement agencies. We do security assessment, investigations, trainings, and many more aspects. We have reached more than 1 lakh people globally, and internationally, we are registered in rather than India, we are registered in African regions and in Ghana. And there we work with Ghana Armed Forces and Ghana Police and Nigerian Immigration Authority. Also, we are recently registered in United Kingdoms in London, and we are soon starting operations there. So this community is run because of contributors and mentors in different domains, basically who are in different domains of cybersecurity and digital forensics. So cybersecurity is a vast world, and we intend to create experts in almost all the domains of cybersecurity. So jumping to today's topic about, all everyone is saying that cybercrime is growing day by day, and we all agree to the statement that it is growing drastically. And when we say cybercrime, majorly people are concerned about their financial losses. So let us understand what are the reasons. So just quickly, if you can unmute yourself, anyone, and tell me what do you think may be the reason of the growth rate of cybercrime? Any of the participants can say that.
Is third-party access to data.
Access to data, right? Yeah. I'll share you one tool also today where you can go and check which all third parties basically has access to your data and if it is breached, right? Anyone else wants to try? So the
I think
reason.
more and more, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I think more and more reliance on the digital part, the way we are completely functioning, we're totally dependent on the, as very rightly said by Shankar, data and all our functionings, financials, transactions, everything.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, you have raised the hand. Yes, you have to speak, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think it's also because of the accessibility factor. I think it's become so easy to access any kind of personal or professional information, right through the mobile. That is one of the biggest reasons why. And also unaware or not having enough knowledge about how you should use it, which sites are you using your data and where you're accessing. So you have no clue about who's actually seeing your data or where you're inputting any information, how they're going to use it. So just the unawareness also.
So awareness, human error is the biggest loophole we can say. So there are multiple reasons. So first, I'll come to all the answers are correct, but first I'll come to we have gone through a major transformation in India specifically. If we see a few years back, we all were using mobile data, which was 1 GB per month, if you all remember. And today we are using almost 2 GB or 2.5 GB per day. So this is the complete major transformation, the internet revolution, we can say. And because of that, consumption has increased. Obviously, Digital India is a very good program, it's a very successful program. But with Digital India, we should also look towards digital secured India. And for that, whatever we are using, one of the reason is overconsumption, or we are not basically checking what we are clicking, and then a lot of offers are popping up and everything. So one of the reason is this mobile data transformation. Second, there is a rule of digital divide. And what is that rule of digital divide? There are a set of people, there are a category of people who know how to do online transactions, online electric utility bill payments. Then they know how to book a flight ticket online, do everything online, how to use DG Yatra, DG Locker, and a lot of things. But there is still a set of people who are not aware about all these facilities, and then they go and stand in a long queue for paying their bills or to book any type of tickets and to recharge and everything. But there is a third category, people who know how to pay bills online, but not in a secured manner. And then they go and click on a wrong link and then they get victimized. And then we read in the newspaper that, yeah, this person got scammed in electricity scam recently, electricity bill payment online scam, or job scam, or loan app scam, and many things. Then lack of awareness is one of the important aspect. Also, choosing the black hat journey is also an important aspect. So there are a lot of hackers who are not choosing the white hat journey and choosing the black hat journey and going towards hacking side of it. Let's quickly look at a video about how we all share the information, or our younger generations at our home shares everything. So we have a habit of whenever we go to a restaurant, first we don't eat food. We click the picture, and then the younger generation, they upload the snaps and say story and everything, and then they go ahead. So let's quickly watch a video.
Hey Serena, yeah, what you got in your bag? It's my new heels for graduation. Morning, guys. Guess what it is? It's my birthday. Eh, where are these chairs coming from?
This is the situation where all the youngsters, they want to upload everything, but what information actually we are uploading, that has to be taken care very much seriously. Then we just discussed about the reasons, about what are the several reasons for cybercrime. And obviously, one of the reason is the increased sophistication in cybercrime, and the use of anti-forensics as well. Where all cyber attacks are possible. So they are not only possible on mobile phone or computer or laptop. They are possible everywhere on IoT devices. Aerospace hacking is there. OT security. Even nowadays, car, we go with vehicles. So vehicles are hacked because they are connected to internet. So you can read more about a vehicle hacking. So whatever it is connected to internet or intranet, that is internal network, is hackable. Healthcare system. We know the biggest example of AIMS Hospital, which was in media about hacking. So all the type of data has to be very much secured. Going quickly towards the categories of victims. So there are we worked with many cases, and while working with many cases, we have divided the victims majorly in four categories. There are many subcategories, or there are many, we can say, cases about it. So let's say we discuss about a need category. So victims basically who are in need. Let's say take an example of loan app scams. They go and search about loan apps, and they instantly click on any link, and if they get to download it, so they don't worry if it is up from Google Play Store or it is actually from App Store. It is just they click and download it and install it. Then with that, there are permissions which are coming in. I'll give you a simple example. So I'll give you a live case study where which is in public domain. That's the reason I'm sharing it. So in Mumbai, in DN Nagar, there was a guy who installed the app because he was in the requirement of a loan of a very minimal amount of around 5,000 INR, Indian rupees. and he downloaded, he took the loan and then he repaid it with the interest and whatever it was. Then he started getting threatening calls stating you have to pay more amount or else your photos, your videos will be in public, which are your private photos in your phone. He was like, no, how come that data come to you? So basically, what happened is, uh, he did not took it very much seriously. After a few days, his some private photos or some photos which were morphed were
Let's
leaked in the public domain, like his friends, his relative. And this guy, he couldn't basically get through this. It was really embarrassing for him. And this guy committed suicide. So cybercrime is not only about financial loss or reputational loss. At times it is about life loss. And there is not only one case. Just go on Google and search about loan app suicide cases and go in the news section. You will find it multiple cases. Then job scams. So people go and they click on wrong links and then they get their money gets siphoned off. So this is a need category. Second important category is greed category, where people get messages like you have won a lottery. Nowadays, that is a old school trend. But now the new thing is you won a crypto, like in crypto, invest it and you get your money double, tripled. Or gift scam, you get free. There's no free lunch in this world. You'll get free this, free offers and everything. So there are a lot of scams, and there are a lot of case studies also with each category. Many case studies, like minimum 100 case studies I have of each category. And with crypto scams, you get added to a normal Telegram group or a WhatsApp group, and others basically put screenshot that, oh, see, I have won money, I have won money, and my money was double, tripled, and then you get victimized. So let us understand basically there's no free lunch in this world. And if we go and click on something, and so we should verify what we click on. So before signing off, I will show you some tools where you can verify these things. Then there is a lust category where people basically get victimized on while watching porn websites. There is malware which gets downloaded. Then basically people get random messages. Hi, how are you? You look beautiful. You look handsome. And then people start texting. That texting gets converted into sexting, and then they do a nude video call. They provoke you to take off your clothes and everything, and then that whole call is recorded, and then they start blackmailing you. So that type of cyber extortion using such techniques is called as sextortion. And again, there are a lot of cases of people who have lost from 500 rupees to crores of rupees. And there are few sextortion cases which are not reported because people are embarrassed for reporting it. It's okay if they lose money, but they won't report it. So such kind of things are there in the lust category. There are many. It is not only about the financial loss. Defense professionals are also targeted for in the exchange of the national security data. So there are Dr. Marwa's case study, one recent basically Delhi Sena Bhavan case study about one of the Rajasthan Jawan. Unfortunately, he exchanged the data because of this type of threat. So then there is a threat category where there are electricity scams, where people will come and tell you about your electricity will go, just you'll receive a message and click on this link. Your ATM card is getting blocked. You'll get blackmailing emails. Nowadays, parents have getting calls that your son or your daughter has been caught in a drug case and please pay money and this and that. So these are all the aspects of it. So I will basically now stop sharing the screen and share the important websites which you can use if you basically want to check if it is really uh, a genuine site or not. So I'll just share my browser. I hope my browser is visible now. And this is the first website which I'm giving you is scamadvisor.com. So you can go to Scam Advisor, and let's say you check, there are a lot of information also, what is romance scam, what is online shopping and everything. So enter a website or any link which you get, go to Scam Advisor, first check it, and then only have the trust course check, and there are many sites like Scam Advisor. This was a bit handy. So see, it says this website which I put in sample has reported as a possible scam. You can see, and these are all the details of the website which are coming in. This is one of the website. Very much quickly, I've given this. I'll copy paste this if you want in the chat section so everyone can use it. Okay. Then I will show you another wonderful website. Have I been pawned? So this is the website where you'll come to know if at all your emails, any type of data basically has been found in any kind of breach. So let's say I'll enter some sample email ID which we use, so you can check your own. Uh, so as Sarah told, like we have to wrap up within 10 minutes. So I'm just quickly showing you few sites. So have I been pawned.com? That is, have I been breached somewhere or not.com. So that is, I'm putting this URL also in chat. So just go and I can check this ID I was using in Canva, and Canva was hacked in 2019. So 137 million subscribers data was breached, and compromised data was email ID, geographical location, name, passwords. That's okay. But then when I see this is the complete list, and you can also go and check your email ID. Let's say Paytm was hacked in August 2020, and in that breach, my date of birth, email ID, geographical locations, income level, my purchase history. That is something which is my important data, my personal data. You can go to the password section if you see my career. See, this is my cursor, and then I clicked in the password section, and I just in passwords. So what we typically do is we put our name, our family members' names, and everything. So let's try some easy password. Let's say I enter my name as my password. So it's Nikhil, Nikhil. It says it has been seen 22,297 times before. So it's not safe. So what we say, no, use strong password. So we do @123 at times. And so it also says it has been used 1,571 times. So I'll say, no, let's put actual some hard correct. And then it will say, no punish found. So these are the two important tools which I could give you quickly. That is what I will say with the limitation of time. But like you can, if you have any questions, you can ask to me, and you can get connected to me over LinkedIn. I'll share my LinkedIn ID, and if you have any questions, I am open to answer that.
Thank,
Yeah.
thank you, Nikhil. Very useful, very insightful. It's something that people don't really know how this whole world of cyber and cybercrime works. And what you just shared gives us an insight. And the website that you shared, we'll definitely look through it and connect you on LinkedIn and go on from there. And thank you so much.
All right.
Aarti, over to you.
Yes, Nikhil, that was really very, I mean, I have listened to your webinars earlier, which was more detailed, and I know how valuable information you can share. But as you rightly said, we have certain time restrictions, and I think in future we can have a separate session with you, because I know you can really give a lot of knowledge and information to all our members. So we'll certainly do that as per your availability. But thank you so much for today's session.
Thank you very much for inviting me and listening to the session. In fact, offline session will include of some demos of live hack, like mobile hack or WhatsApp
Yes,
hacking.
yes.
Or,
And as I
on
mentioned to you,
industry.
we will do that for the Goa chapter, Global Chamber Goa chapter. We can have a physical event, so we'll discuss that separately.
All right.
But
Thank you
thank you for
all your
today
time.
giving your time.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aarti, for introducing Nikhil. And we move on to introducing Preeti Mazumdar. And very thrilled, Preeti, to have you here. You're a dynamic entrepreneur and Goldman Sachs 10K fellow and a master of digital business growth. very powerful with a rich background in both traditional and digital marketing. Preeti has led teams of over 1,000 professionals, wow, across 3 countries during her tenure at ICICI. And Preeti is also the founder of a successful confectionery business and author of The Golden Egg in Your Nest as a seasoned coach and senior VP at TLC Masterminds. She empowers individuals and organizations to achieve their fullest potential. Today, Preeti will share her insights on driving business success and leveraging digital strategies for growth. Over to you, Preeti. As Nikhil, please be advised that you may present in for 5 to 7 minutes, and that'll be great because after that, there might be questions and we might have some other introductions to do, including Prabhat. Thank you.
Thank you, Shankar, and thank you, Global Chamber, for giving me this opportunity. Much gratitude to Aarti for connecting with me on LinkedIn and giving me this opportunity. So I'm going to share a few insights on how powerful LinkedIn is. Before we do that, this is my old friend, Mr. Dhobi, okay, our laundry man from our village, who has this amazing, cute little donkey with whom he keeps moving around in the village. And while he was moving around in the village, he found a shiny stone. Okay, and he decided that he's going to make a necklace out of it and put it around his donkey because the only friend he had, unfortunately, is the donkey. He would use that shiny stone to bathe him, to, put it around his neck and tinkle it around and everything. And they would keep moving around in the village very happily. Now, this is our very wealthy jeweler who spotted this stone and realized that it's actually a diamond. But he was a very shrewd, smart guy. So he told the Dhobi, hey, that shiny stone round your donkey's neck, I will pay you 50 rupees for that. Bichara, my Dhobi friend, he was very naive, not aware of what's happening in the world. And he's wondering, why is he paying me 50 rupees for a stone? So he actually told him, hey, there are so many stones around in the forest. Why don't you pick one of those? Why do you want my donkey stone? So he says, no, I really like it, and I'll give you for 50 rupees. So Dhobi thought, and he told his donkey, don't worry, brother, I will get you another shiny stone. Let's give this shiny stone. Looks like this jeweler needs it more. And guess what happened? When the stone came into the jeweler's hands, a tragedy. This diamond just shattered out into multiple pieces, just small pieces, and it lost all its charm. This jeweler was very unhappy. He was very upset. And he told this diamond, hey, you were in the neck of that donkey and you were shining so bright. And the moment I picked it up, you decided to disintegrate in my hands. Why would you do that? So the diamond said, my dear Dhobi friend didn't know my value. The donkey did not know my value. You knew my value, but you still undervalued me. You decided to buy me at a throwaway price, and therefore you don't deserve me. And that is the reason I have disintegrated in your hands. Well, friends, this diamond which each one of us is carrying in our hands is our personal branding. If we are not going to value it, somebody else is going to undervalue it, take it from you, and it's just going to get disintegrated in such a way that you will lose everything that you have invested in yourself so far. And if there is one platform where you can get maximum personal branding, you can leverage all that knowledge that you have, all that experience you have, it's LinkedIn. Okay, LinkedIn is a gold mine. And I'm going to prove to you how we can do that. I think Shankar has already covered my introduction, so I'm going to skip that slide. I want you to do a very small activity. Go on Google and put your name and Google yourself. So if it is Aarti Nimkar, just go ahead and Google Aarti Nimkar. I'm going to stop sharing the screen and I'm going to show you my Chrome screen where I'm going to Google myself. So just whatever is your business name that you go with, make sure that you Google yourself. Now, once you Google yourself, you will notice if you have a website, it's going to show up right on top. And the second one or the first one on top generally will be LinkedIn. How many of you got LinkedIn as a search result in, when you search for yourself on Google? Put a me in the chat box or just shout out and say, hey, I saw LinkedIn. If you didn't see LinkedIn, then there
Most
is a
of the
problem.
time.
You saw LinkedIn, right? Very
Yeah.
good. That is amazing. So tell me, if somebody's searching for you, where are they going to find you first? They're going to find you on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is basically a website that works very well with Google, because Google and LinkedIn both are managed by Microsoft. So what happens is that anyone today who's searching for you in this internet world is going to land on your LinkedIn website. They don't land on Instagram. They don't land on Facebook. They don't land on WhatsApp. They don't find your email address. They either find your website or they find you on LinkedIn. That is the power of the LinkedIn platform. Let me give you some statistics here. As of date, there are 930 million users on LinkedIn. It has around 76 million users as on 2021. The current figures are much, much higher. And almost 17%, which is a very high number, are active. And look at that age group, that cream age group of our Indian population between the 25 and 35 age group are the maximum users on LinkedIn. And any lead generation as compared to any other platform is far more effective on LinkedIn. And the organic engagement on your content, whatever you share, is 0.54%. And the best part is or rather, I would say almost 70 to 80% of the people who are on LinkedIn are decision makers. They are the people who will be wanting to do business with you, collaborate with you, appreciate your work, recognize your work, look at opportunities on how they can take or give work to you. Now let's understand how LinkedIn is different from other platforms. So very quickly, it's professional rather than entertaining. You won't really open a LinkedIn page and see someone doing a reel on a trending song. God forbid that day when I see that on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is not going to promote any of the entertainment stuff. The educational content type and the audience, they are all very good, serious people who mean business. So if you are looking to set up a business image for yourself, LinkedIn is a professional platform. It is literally the directory of professionals and businesses. It is a gold mine. LinkedIn has a feature called a sales navigator, which gives you access to, if you just put the industry, put the location, and tell what kind of people. Are you looking at middle management or senior management, or are you looking for somebody in purchase? It is going to throw up close to lakhs of people who have identified themselves as that particular industry. So it is like the yellow pages for business owners. It is very focused on thought leadership. If you try to post kind of meaningful content, if you feel that you really are one of those people who likes to contribute, who wants to give back to the society, who wants to talk sense and, basically come across as being a great professional, a thought leader, that's your platform. And it's a gold mine for personal branding. I think, as I said, the first result that shows up on Google is your LinkedIn page. So anybody who wants to understand you better before they decide to do business with you, they will go and check your LinkedIn profile. Let's understand how LinkedIn works. In most sites, like in Instagram or Facebook, you're generally scrolling through a lot of information and you are seeing a lot of information which is intrusive, which means they are trying to interrupt your thought process and try to catch your attention. On LinkedIn, it's exactly the opposite. A lot of people come to LinkedIn to search for professionals. They want to get connected to the right kind of people. They want to be part of groups on LinkedIn where there are meaningful discussions about the business they are in, about the work they are doing. And therefore, the kind of algorithm is more promoting educational content, serious content, and helping you reach more and more people who will have the same thought process as you. Now, there is something that we all do in our business to grow our business, which is networking. We know that today the word, the word that spreads around, a good word about your business, you get referrals. That's the easiest way to grow your business. Now, if I have to mirror that in a digital world, I think the best thing is social selling. Social selling is trying to build a network of people who can potentially do business with you on the digital world, and LinkedIn is that platform. It gives you networking opportunities, and it helps you build relationships, not just transactions. And social selling through trust. You have to create content which people will appreciate. You have to come across as being an authentic person in the business, a professional, and it helps you to expand your influence and your reach. And in LinkedIn, you have the first connection, the second connection, the third connection. So LinkedIn literally shows you who's connected to whom in your network. If I know Aarti and Aarti knows 10 more people, it is going to tell me Aarti knows these 10 people. Would you like to get in touch with them? And then those 10 people will further be connected to another 10 people. And you can do that sitting in your home, on your desk, just reaching out to more and more people. The world is an open window now, especially if you are trying to grow your network on LinkedIn. I have a few clients who are into B2B business who are sitting here, and I'm actually able to generate leads for them in North America, in the US, and trying to build their credibility to get a lot of international deals only through LinkedIn. And trust me, we are talking about generating at least 4 to 5 good potential leads every week. That is the power of LinkedIn. And through the networking, again, you build your personal brand and you're continuously learning and growing if you're on LinkedIn, because it also has the external section, which is the LinkedIn Learning. So any new topic you want more information on, like right now, we heard about cybersecurity. LinkedIn has some amazing courses on cybersecurity. If you have a team and you want to provide them some kind of learning opportunities, all you have to do is go on LinkedIn Learning. There are a lot of video courses that you can go through, build your own deck and go and present it to your team. So there are 3 pillars. If you ask me, how can I master LinkedIn? How can I build my visibility on LinkedIn? The very first one is your profile optimization. Now, LinkedIn says that you build your profile in such a way that more and more people will know everything about you. So if you are one of those people who wants to get found on LinkedIn, make sure that you use those keywords. So if you are somebody who does, for example, a seller who's into, some kind of road construction work, you're generally working with people who are contractors, people who are manufacturers of road building construction material. Add these keywords into your profile and make your profile as rich as possible. I'm going to share a tool at the end of this, which will tell you how complete your profile is so that you can go ahead and make sure that every section of your profile is complete, especially the skills section, the experience section, your summary section. People will go through it in great detail. So give them as much information to build your credibility with them. The second way in which you can build and maximize your growth is content strategy. Create meaningful content. Please do not use AI images or AI content. You can take ideas from AI. Use ChatGPT to give you ideas, but keep it simple, short, but use your own content and make sure that you're not relying on AI. And the last thing, or the third important pillar to grow, is networking. Make sure you're adding at least 10 to 20 people in your network on LinkedIn every day. So here's a simple routine to make it easy. First 5 minutes, send out connection request, send some greetings, send some kind of a knowledge piece that you can, build trust with your potential prospect. Then interact with their content, interact in the groups, communities that are there on LinkedIn, and then follow it up, create some kind of meaningful content. All you need is a 15-minute routine to build your profile on LinkedIn. So that's about it from me. I'm going to share a link which tells you how complete your profile is. It's a free tool. And on that, what you need to do, I'm going to show it to you very briefly. So this is the link. So if you're on your website, on your LinkedIn profile, Okay, you come to your, yes,
Preeti, I just wanted to say that while it is so interesting what you're saying, we have overshot the time
no
and the
worries, sir.
interest of, everybody else, and they are looking to do something else to jump in or whatever it is. How about just writing that link so that we are complete with that? And then I would make sure that Aarti and I cooperate and coordinate and have a separate meeting with you so that we can take this on a deeper dive. Hope that's okay.
Yes, sir. I have already posted the link in the chat. So, and I think all the instructions are on that site, so you can go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Preeti.
you.
I'm
Thank
really
you. It
sorry,
was
but
really very
it's really
interesting.
good what you did, and we'll take it on from there. Thanks, Aarti. Please go ahead.
No, I just want to thank Preeti because it was really very interesting. And as you very rightly said, we can have a separate meeting with her to elaborate on this. Preeti,
Yes.
thank you so much for joining on a short notice.
Thank you,
hope-
Preeti. We'll be in touch. And thanks, Aarti. Thanks,
Okay,
Priya.
should I leave the meeting now?
Yeah.
I think, Shankar, we have finished the timing, right?
Yeah, it was some 7 to 8, and because we started and came in late and stuff. But
Okay.
having said that, I truly want to acknowledge and thank you, Preeti. But we need to go ahead with look at the interests of other
Sure,
people on the
sure.
call, and
All
we'll
right.
take it
Thank
on.
you. Thank you for the opportunity. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Be in touch.
Preeti.
I'll connect you on LinkedIn.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Doug, would you like to say a few parting words and then we end the conversation? Or Caesar?
I think Doug has left. Caesar is there.
Okay. Or Caesar? Okay.
Hey, hi, Shankar and Arti. Yeah, yes, I'm here. Thank you again, Shankar, for leading this call one more time. I think we definitely need to find ways to get members more engaged with the monthly conversation. And I don't know if probably something to discuss in the chat, but I don't know if the timing is the best for most of the member in India, or if there's anything that we need to change. We will definitely want to learn more and see how we can get more of them live here in a monthly conversation. And so they can benefit of this type of presentations and brainstormings and things like that. So that's something that if you have some suggestions or maybe in the chat we can even send a poll that asking for a couple of different times or days and we will be happy to redefine a little bit the event.
Yes, you're right. We'll have to, to talk between all the chapter EDs and understand preferable timing and days. And probably we'll have to, I think, Shankar, we'll have to more and more promote it from our side. Then once the meet is, scheduled, that's where we'll have to put it. I think we'll have to discuss this and we'll have to take it up.
Definitely. Let's classify the two. One is the GC leaders who will be able to share what they want to share, and then have maybe one presenter so that in terms of time and efficiency, because all these experts are great, and maybe we need to give them the time required to really give us a better understanding, because it's all very interesting what Nikhil said and what Preeti said. So we'll have a private discussion and see how to classify all this. Thanks, Caesar, so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Caesar.
you. Thank you, Arti.
We sign off for now. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.